I tend to focus a lot on payment fundamentals and business fundamentals, right? And one of the most fundamental metrics is success rate, because it impacts customers, it impacts how the company grows, it impacts pretty much everything, right? And it directly impacts revenue, directly impacts growth, and other allied metrics, right? So success rate is one fundamental metric that I'm very obsessed about, right? I'll be talking about what changes we made in the bill payments product that we had at Bukuwarung to ensure that we were able to boost success rates, right? Uh, in Indonesia, the bill payments product is very similar to what India has. It's called a PPOB product, right? But unlike India, where you have Bharat bill payment system, which aggregates all the billers, Indonesia still has different aggregators like we had back in the day in India. Right? India, before the advent of BBPS, had BillDesk, had Euronet, and other providers who would provide different bill payment services, right? Um, so we at Bukuwarung were working with multiple bill payment partners, right? And each of these bill payment partners would offer certain services and certain SKUs. Now, what do I mean by certain services and certain SKUs? A prepaid recharge could be a service, and SKU would be a 100 rupee recharge, or a 200 rupee recharge, or a 300 rupee recharge, right? Now, the partners that we were working with would not have all the SKUs and all the services, right? So essentially, the union would mean that we were able to offer a wider variety. And what we did essentially was to be able to build something called a smart retry, right? While we were offering a certain specific price for a particular recharge product or for a particular bill payment product to our customer, what we would in the backend do is we would check the availability of the product, right? And if it was available on both the partners, look at the success rate, last 30-minute success rate for that specific product from that partner, from both the partners or multiple partners that we had, right? And then route it to the most successful and the most cost-effective partner, right? This was a change that we made from just having one partner when we launched the bill payments product to a growth state where we got multiple partners, and we were able to combine these multiple partners in a logic where we were able to seamlessly switch between partners to ensure that the transaction was successful and the merchant slash the customer had the best possible experience, right? In this, we were able to determine which partner was available when we were routing a transaction, right? Figure out which partner is available, figure out their success rates, figure out their cost, build a score, right? And use the score to drive the transaction to the specific partner, right? And just because you're driving a transaction to a partner who has a higher score does not mean that that specific transaction would be successful, right? Because at that particular moment, that partner may not be available even after you've checked if they're available or not, right? Because these are backend systems. These backend systems can fail at any point in time, right? So the idea was to be able to hit the preferred partner with this particular transaction. And if the partner was not available, then intelligently route it back to the second partner, right? And we do that till we hit success. And if we've run out of partners, then inform the merchant that the transaction is failure. Again, very similar to my disbursement example where we boosted disbursement success rates using a waterfall model. We followed a similar methodology here as well, right? And the objective was to ensure that the transaction has the highest probability of achieving success, right? Now, what does that mean? That means that you give it all the possible chances by allowing it to move to the best partner, and if it is not able to succeed, move to multiple partners so that it has the highest chance of succeeding, right? And when you do that for a particular transaction, more often than not, it succeeds, and it only improves your success rate. And it not only improves the success rate, it decreases the number of customer support tickets you get. It improves your CSAT score, it improves your NPS, improves your app rating, and in generally improves your adoption, right? Because of an increase in success rate, we've seen transactions per user go up. And as a result of transactions per user going up, we've seen revenue going up as well, right? And word of mouth spreading and more users coming onto the platform to try out these products on Bukuwarung.